Don't put material things above human souls. Don't put rings and watches and gold chains and diamonds and cars and houses above people. Y'all understand what I'm telling you? Those that do that are doomed. You ain't gonna see nothing good when you leave this earth. But some people will sacrifice that just to have this junk, these trinkets here on this earth. They'll sacrifice their family and friends and anybody else for a little bit of glory, a little sunshine, some gold chain, and some diamond necklaces around their necks. Just low. A low caliber of human. That's what that is to me. Pitiful in so many words. When you think about the power of God, the Creator, when you think about the glory of the Most High, it make me want to give all praises to the Most High, fall to my knees and give glory to the Most High. You understand? I've seen some amazing stuff. Matter of fact, I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. Let's see. I remember I went to the future one time, and this is not too far from now, where wars and things gonna take place. I was right next to somebody when they woke up out the rubble and crawled from up under some concrete stairs that was turned sideways. The whole foundation of the building was blowed up, and the whole city was blowed up, and mostly everybody was dead. And I seen this one person crawl out of a crack in the rubble and stuff like that, and was all, beat up like, and stumbled out, head bleeding. And he looked around and saw a flattened land and twisted debris. I remember seeing this person. This person could not see me. I remember seeing this person walk and stumble through the rubble, barely alive. And a few other people met up with him. They walked up to this like platform, but I don't know what it used to be. But he sat there, and then over a few hours, I saw a lady carrying a old lady or older lady on her shoulder who was like wounded bad. Like it looked like she was gonna make it. And then throughout the day, other people start showing up to that little spot. I'd say probably about 8, 9, 10 people showed up all together. One person was like screaming constantly from some wound, some type of pain. And I remember about 4 or 5 of the people who was in good condition, they wanted to walk off and leave the rest of them there and just like leave them, the wounded people there. And they did just that. They walked off and left the wounded people there with the screaming person and all that. I saw all that. I saw all that. Let me see, what's another scene? See, the thing is, it's like watching a movie. You could tell the whole story, or you can just go into depth on different scenes that you saw. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Because most people follow my videos know the timeline of the story. But you know something though? Really, really far in the future, it is awesome. Like, it is amazing. It's like you forget about this world. And another thing, when I was real far in the future, like the last time I went, I was very far in the future. It was a new planet. It was a new planet. All the stuff I saw when I first went when I went to the future after the Earth first got destroyed and there was a new dawn, and I appeared there on that dawn and saw the skyscrapers, coming out the water, broken up. I saw new lakes and streams and new ocean, what you call it, new beaches, newly formed beaches. I saw all that. But they was muddy and looked terrible. It looked like a hostile environment. It looked dangerous. Twisted pieces of metal sticking out the water. It was crazy. way further in the future. The last time I went, it was none of that. All that stuff was gone, rusted away or whatever. It was a good couple thousand years from now. A good couple thousand years from now. But it was beautiful grass. The oxygen was wonderful. The trees was pretty. Like everything was beautiful. It was totally awesome. It was a wonderful world. It was everything that you guys wish the world was. It was that. It was no bad weather, like none. The weather was perfect all the time, and it was this mist, this golden mist over the land. Like for a long time after the earth get destroyed, it's gonna be like this mist. But way in the future, right? I'm finna tell y'all something. They gonna have technology so advanced, and now remember this: it won't be toxic, it won't hurt you. It's nothing like this junk they got today. And it's no evil people in the future. I saw them build a city, right? The Lord showed me this. They had workers, and they had built a whole entire hotel for these workers to stay in, right? The powers that be that rule the future, the kings of the future, right? And they all had like work uniforms and everything, and they would come out and work on this big old hole. They dug a gigantic hole. I think it was partially there already. It was like the Grand Canyon. That's how big it was. And then they was put no, they didn't dig the hole. They was putting large metal containers down there, metal structures that looked like giant plug sockets or something, and they had like metal looking tubes coming all the way up out of the giant hole. No, it wasn't a crater, but it was a giant hole. Looked like the Grand Canyon or something, right? But it was not the Grand Canyon. It was just one solid hole, right? I saw this gigantic machine in the sky, huge, and it had hands like a claw, and it was floating up like that, and it was holding this big old piece of like metal, right? And it got above the hole with that piece of metal, and it let it go, and it let the metal go and came back, and that big piece of metal, it was like flat and had shapes on it and stuff. It was from a long distance I saw it, but it was so huge. The whole side was like glimmering in the sun. Looked like some of Star Wars, right? The whole thing started to unfold itself. It was robotic or something. And it went down into the hole, and all the metal attachments that they was putting at the bottom attached to the bottom of that city. And it snapped down into that hole like that. And it unfolded itself. And it was like a futuristic city. And that big old arm, it was like a big old dump truck with with no wheels with an arm on the front of it that floated in the air. It levitated. All that stuff levitated. That thing just floated off, and it was like a big worker machine or something. I saw that. I saw that. Yeah. And the guys that was working on that crater, that big old hole, putting those attachments down in the hole all over the place, they was like giant. Not like the giants that's gonna eat people in not long from now, but they was like, I would say about 7 feet tall, all of them, 7, 8 feet tall, all of them, and they looked like they was made to work, and they all had on the same uniforms. I don't know what that means. I don't know who they were, but yeah, and all they was doing is hooking up metal attachments up at the bottom of that crater. Now that I think about it, but I don't know. I ain't told that story in a long time right there. I just don't tell people some of this stuff because it seemed impossible. It sounds crazy. But I saw it, and it's all coming true. All of it. One thing I want to say in this video before I go is these days, to me, are ancient times. This is thousands and thousands of years ago, 2025. And it's a very harsh world, very evil, and it's all about to be destroyed. And you can feel the tension in the air, and you can feel the darkness and the evil and the nastiness that's on the people. It's poisonous environment. I don't know. All praise the Most High.